So, County Lines Week, I think it was probably one of our most successful weeks. And I kind of rambled on yesterday, so I'm going to try and kind of condense it a little bit. So, we had multi-agency approach. We met a number of times to sort the plan out. So we had lots of agencies, YOS, DECA, youth services, and Horizons, all visiting young people throughout the week, speaking to them about county lines, whether that be through prevention, whether that's through high risk, and whether that be through just kind of awareness sharing with parents. We had over 25 detached sessions during the week for the youth service and Horizons, again engaging young people in train stations, engaging people in the local community. We had drop-in sessions for staff members. We had reviews of high-risk young people, reviews of NRMs. We worked alongside a number of agencies to deliver training through the VRU and ourselves. I think some of the major highlights is one of the things that we did is Dave's team organised to go down to Northampton, which is a live county line, and we followed behind, engaging young people on the train, engaging young people in Northampton, and kind of it gave us twofold really. What we did, we understood from a young person's perspective because a young person came with us and did a podcast during that time on the train to talk about his feelings and talk about how he approached it, and he led to go to McDonald's in the town centre, and it was quite a busy day, so it gave him a feeling of what it would be like to be on his own. So we kind of got that young person's voice and identity. We also found out what it felt like for us as staff members to see, because Northampton's quite a live town in terms of drugs. And you could see that. So it gave us a different perspective to talk to young people about, especially the young people who'd been going down Northampton. So we've come back from there and engaged all the young people who've been in Northampton, and it gave us a little different edge to engage that young person on, which was really successful. And I know Dave kind of was at the train station at the time. I'll let you update about that, Dave. But we spoke to numerous young people from different areas. During that same day, we had a buzz, a youth buzz outside in West Brom Town Centre, where DECA, Youth Services and Horizons were. And we engaged with over 90 young people from the college around kind of informal activity around that sort of stuff, while there was police activity going on in the town centre. And there's multiple other things. Dave, I'll pass it over to you.
That was the short version, Andy.
Yeah, that was a short version. Very short version.
I think that was longer than yesterday. But no, I'll try and keep it short and sweet, but it was a really impactful week. And each day, myself and Andy have to dial into a meeting Monday to Friday at 8 o'clock, and we have to say what plans we've got on in Sandwell, how yesterday went, and any learning. And what came out of it was that Sandwell were on it compared to other areas across West Midlands. It was highlighted that we had the best partnership working. We arrested the most people throughout the West Midlands. We arrested 17. We seized the most drugs, Class A. We seized £45,000 worth of crack and heroin. We seized £1.4 million worth of cannabis, multiple weapons, and we executed 13 warrants during the week. But then we know that it's not all about on the front foot. It is, we've got to do the prevent, and we've got to do the protect element. So that's where it's about, okay, we do the warrants, but where's the young children behind the door? You know, they might be at school, but what are they seeing? So that's where me and Andy linked in closely to put measures in place to safeguard the young people. And then we thought outside the box with it, because we don't want to just keep doing the same things. So we thought about doing podcasts where we got youth services involved. We missed that one, and we thought about the podcasts where we thought we'd get the child's voice. So we got a young lad that was involved in the exploitation hub. He then told us his story that's about 5 minutes long on a podcast about his experience and why he was sucked into it and what he learned from it. We then did another podcast with a mentor that we're currently working with, who's got lived experience. He's been in prison for a firearms offence. He gave his perceptions and what police do well, what services do well, what could be improved on. He gives his perception. And then we also interviewed a young lad with we plan to do with his nan, because we considered the different aspect. A lot of these young people that are exploited live with nan. So we wanted to get their perception on it as well. And we did think that, look, this was a great piece of work, but we don't just want to keep it in a week. So we're kind of building things to go forward now. Why wait for County Lines of Authentication to show